Welcome to Assembly News Now. This is multimedia editor Jennifer Pierce, and here's what's happening with product assembly on September 3rd. A $1 billion factory is coming to North Carolina. Georgia is set to become a hub for solar panel manufacturing. Researchers develop a new way to train robots. And for our top story, 2 Swedish companies began assembling EVs in the United States. And finally, Tesla is looking for people to train a future humanoid workforce. These Assembly News Now stories after a brief message from our sponsor ProMess, an industry leader for complete turnkey monitoring and motion systems. Natron Energy, a manufacturer of sodium-ion batteries, is investing $1.4 billion to build an assembly plant in Kingsborough, North Carolina. The factory is expected to employ more than 1,000 people and produce 24 gigawatts of batteries annually. The facility will increase the company's capacity by a factor of 40. It was just in April that Natron began making sodium-ion batteries at its first commercial-scale factory in Holland, Michigan. The company's batteries are used in electric vehicles, data centers, and other applications. The U.S. Department of Energy has awarded Qcells with a loan guarantee of up to $1.45 billion to complete a solar panel assembly plant under construction in Cartersville, Georgia. The factory will be vertically integrated, housing every step of the solar panel production process under one roof. The factory will begin production by the end of the year. It will make everything needed for solar panels, including ingots, wafers, photovoltaic cells, and the panels themselves. Last fall, Qcells expanded its solar panel factory in nearby Dalton, Georgia. It's the third time that Qcells has expanded the factory since 2019. With the Cartersville factory, Qcells will be able to produce enough panels to power 1.3 million homes for a year. Picking and placing parts is a common task for robots. Typically, the robot only handles one part, and the parts are located precisely for pickup. This makes it costly to introduce new parts to the line. To solve the problem, engineers at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology have created a way to teach robots how to pick and place various randomly placed parts. The system is called SIMPLE, which stands for Simulation to Pick, Localize, and Place. Using only a CAD model of the part, the system generates training data by testing grasps in simulation. This data is sent to a 2-armed robot. Using feedback from tactile sensors and a vision system, the robot can use either arm or both to pick up various objects, orient them, and place them into an assembly. The researchers successfully tested their system with 15 parts, including a crank, a cotter pin, and a bolt. And now for today's top story. Almost 600,000 electric vehicles were sold in the U.S. in the first 6 months of the year. That's a record high and a 7% increase from the same period last year. Consumers have lots of models to choose from. 2 of the newest began rolling off of an assembly line in South Carolina just this summer. Here to tell us more is Chief Editor John Sprovieri. John?
Volvo Cars has been producing its gas-powered S60 sedan in Ridgeville, South Carolina since 2018. Now, production of the S60 will shift to China, and the Ridgeville plant will assemble 2 new electric vehicles. One of those EVs is the Volvo EX90 SUV, which began rolling off the assembly line in June. To produce the vehicle, Volvo invested $118 million in the factory. The body shop and paint shop were renovated and expanded, and the plant now also has a state-of-the-art battery pack assembly line. The other EV is the Polestar 3 SUV, which was designed by Swedish startup Polestar Automotive Holdings. Volvo bought Polestar in 2017. Polestar does not have its own manufacturing facility. Instead, the company produces its cars in factories controlled by Volvo or its parent company Geely in China, South Korea, and now the US. The Polestar 3 is based on the same platform as the EX90. The Polestar 3 is designed to seat 5, while the EX90 seats 7. Both vehicles will have a range of around 370 miles. The Volvo factory spans 2.3 million square feet and employs 1,500 people. It has the capacity to build up to 150,000 cars per year. Vehicles produced at the factory will be sold in the US and exported to Europe. Back to you, Jennifer.
Tesla is hiring data collection operators to provide movement data and feedback for training the company's Optimus humanoid robot. The operators need to wear motion capture suits and virtual reality headsets. Standing on a black mat in a large white room, operators mimic lifting and placing items slowly and mechanically, while Optimus robots complete the same motions, but with real items. Applicants must be able to walk for at least 7 hours a day and should be between 5 feet 7 inches and 5 feet 11 inches tall. Pay ranges from $25 to $48 an hour. That's all for this edition of Assembly News Now. For all the latest news on assembly technology, visit assemblymag.com and follow us on social media. Thanks for watching and tune in next month for another installment of Assembly News Now.